I really, honestly, have always been an entrepreneur.
We are not really routine people.
From South African diplomatic corps to Hong Kong entrepreneur in the burgeoning fine wine business, Gregory De'Eb and Chinese medical practitioner wife Cecilia juggle business with bringing up a young family, living and working in Hong Kong.
Chaos.
If it weren't enough to set up a new wine storage business and restaurant after quitting as a South African diplomat, Gregory De'Eb has also radically changed to living in Hong Kong as a permanent home and with a spirited young family to bring up. His wife Cecilia is a Chinese medical practitioner, as well as a mum, of course.
What is normal? I don't know if this is normal. Well, for us this is normal. But yeah, I'm not a perfectionist, so I let a lot of things just slide by and it's okay. I work part-time since she was born, and I've got a fantastic domestic helper, and I can really rely on her.
Kerry, age 6, Chiara 4 and Isabella just 1 are very active, but there's no worry about their well-being.
Now able to look after themselves, and as much as we enjoy being together, they're also able to be independent. You know, there's no tears at the front door.
They go to a local Chinese school, so everything is in Chinese.
From the kindergarten, we happen to mix with a lot of interracial families. And we've grown up with them now, and all the birthday parties and barbecues and what have you tend to be with that crowd, and they've kept those friends. So it's wonderfully multicultural.
When the family's together, it's very much into sports of all kinds, whether that's kickboxing or less pugilistic activities.
People genuinely look out for the kids. It's not just a process or a backup or a logistic. It's a real caring. And that type of community, I think very often we overlook in Hong Kong, but it's incredibly strong.
In the 1930s, this was a storage depot for ammunition. In 1999 to 2000, it became a center, really, for wines here in Asia. People could bring their wines here, they could distribute it from Hong Kong. They could actually use a club that's on the premises here to sniff their wines, taste them, and indeed be able to send them all over the world. And this wine bunker was something that Gregory De'Eb decided that he had a real passion for, not only because this was steeped in history, but also because he had a particular passion for wine and for the way in which Hong Kong could make the wine business happen.
I think it had all the core elements of what we were looking for. It's around 60 feet under a mountain. It's got 1 meter reinforced walls, 2.5 meters of reinforced concrete above us. I really, honestly, have always been an entrepreneur. I think when I arrived in Hong Kong, it reignited the entrepreneurial spirit in the worst way. So it's always taking an existing norm and turning it into something special, and that's what Hong Kong does to you. You're allowed to be totally creative and sometimes do things that everyone else says cannot be done.
Gregory joined forces with Hong Kong-based logistics firm Crown Worldwide Group to restore the site, anticipating Hong Kong's growing fine wine business, which was liberalized when the government abolished the duty on wine in 2008, 5 years after Crown Wine Cellars went into business.
This particular chapter, my fourth child, as I call it, really has been successful and very, very satisfying. Behind that, you had the best customs department in the world. Literally. I mean, these chaps were brilliant. Where they had failings, they were going to listen to you and they were going to try and correct them within their powers of legislation. We had the logistics side, the ports, etc., that worked fantastically. We had a job to do, we were in it together, we worked together, and that's just Hong Kong. I think to a large degree, the old economies have lost that ability to sacrifice. I started doing research which nobody else did, and I found things like weather conditions was an absolute myth. people kept on saying, well, Europe has perfect storage conditions because they have better weather than we do. And it was nonsense, of course. I mean, Europe goes from -10 to 46 degrees in summer, which they had in 03. Here we're 6, 8 degrees to 34, 36 degrees. Our balance of temperature is far easier to control than theirs. Then they said, well, they've got established wine storage in Europe and the UK. And I found out from my own personal study, most of these places are above ground warehouses with not even a fan.
And with Hong Kong arguably at the pinnacle of the wine trade for fine wine distribution, storage and certification, there's room to reflect on what it all means in personal terms.
I think the way to balance things is you have to be a little selfish. But it's a positive selfish in the sense of selfish about keeping your family time as your priority. That priority on family is almost critical because it makes you a happier person. And if you're a happier person, the people who work for you are going to be happier people. And overall, it just spins through the company so that they will deliver more on their side. You never have to deal with personnel problems. You never have to deal with ups and downs in the company. You just perform at a constant basis, and you can balance things out. Now, when I look at my children and I'm able to give them certain things or spend certain amount of time with them where I have this flexibility, it all becomes worth it. Doesn't stop the hunger. I'd still like to do other things and maybe do them slightly differently next time. But a world of experience and a wonderful experience. And thanks to Hong Kong.